on car insurance.
What if there was a place where eating felt more like dining? Experience the new Ruby Tuesday, where our Create Your Own Garden Bar comes free with any of our 30 items starting at $9.99. The new Ruby Tuesday. It's all good here.
Political Buzz is your rapid-fire look at the best political topics of the day. 3 questions, 30 seconds on the clock. Playing with us today, political analyst Goldie Taylor, Republican strategist Ron Bonjean, and comedian Dean Obeidallah. He's here with a sense of humor, and he'll give us the absurdity of it all, which we welcome.
Thank you, Carol. I like that perfect introduction.
You're welcome, and welcome to all of you. So first question, Mitt Romney on CBS this morning going after President Obama, saying he's politicized Osama bin Laden's killing.
Let's not make the capture or killing of Osama bin Laden a politically divisive event. There are plenty of differences between President Obama and myself. But let's not make up ones based on, well, he might not have done this. It's disappointing, and it's unfortunate, and I think it's taking an event that really brought America together. That was the culmination of a lot of work by a lot of people, an enormous sacrifice, and some people who put their lives very much on the line. Yeah. Let's not use this as a political football.
But today, Romney observes the anniversary of Osama bin Laden's death in New York City with Rudy Giuliani at a fire station that lost 11 firefighters on 9/11. So, could the Obama camp say that Romney is politicizing bin Laden? Ron?
No, I don't think so. I think Romney's doing the right thing. You know, on 9/11, we go to politicians go to firehouses to celebrate the fallen. You know, it's a right move. To attack President Obama at the firehouse, I think, would be a problem, but he had a right to respond to President Obama. It was distasteful to include him in that Osama bin Laden ad, and, you know, have the president just taken credit for the killing and not made it political, I think he would have come out much better than he did now.
Goldie.
Well, I don't know if he would have come out a lot better. I do happen to agree with Governor Romney when he says that this should not be a politicized event. And going to a firehouse is certainly not, in my judgment, politicizing, you know, the death of Osama bin Laden. But let's be really clear about this. The president has not overly celebrated or memorialized the killing of Osama bin Laden. In fact, I think that if Republicans had their way, and if this had happened on a GOP watch, then maybe we would have painted mission accomplished across the top of the compound.
Dean.
I think some of the bigger story, Carol, is that Giuliani's endorsing Mitt Romney, and Giuliani's called Romney a man without a core, a man who would say anything to get elected president. So I can't wait to today's photo op and see Giuliani using a lot of air quotes going, you know, Romney's the best person to be president, that type of stuff. But you know what, I agree with Goldie and Ron, don't politicize this. President Obama does not need to. During President Bush, we had 9/11. During President Obama, bin Laden brought to justice, and the World Trade Center is back being the biggest building in New York. So I think that's all has to speak for. No need to politicize the killing of Osama bin Laden.
Okay, on to question number 2. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, he definitely does not want to be vice president unless, of course, he does. Listen to this.
What I said before is I really have no interest in being vice president, but if Governor Romney called and asked me to sit down and talk to him about it, I'd listen. Because I think you owe the nominee of your party that level of respect. And who knows what he's going to say. And he might be able to convince me. He's a convincing guy.
Christie is all over the map in the upcoming weeks with appearances. He's campaigning with Governor Scott Walker today in Wisconsin. So what's the deal here? Is Christie campaigning for VP? Goldie?
I think that Governor Christie is a terrific spokesman for the GOP cause, and that he ought to be out on the campaign trail, you know, helping the ticket in any way possible. In one way that he does not help the ticket is in joining the ticket. I mean, it's a net nothing game. You've got 2 guys from the Northeast, you know, presumably both fairly moderate on the issues. You need someone on this ticket who's going to balance it out, who's going to be a true conservative, who's going to have a lot of deep resonance with the Tea Party. I don't think that Chris Christie has, you know, can do that, and certainly he's on the record saying some pretty distasteful things.
Ron.
I think it's a good idea that Governor Christie put himself into the maybe category, because, you know, he does excite the GOP. He is a very exciting figure. He would be a great person to come to Mitt Romney's defense and to go on the attack against the Obama campaign, which is going to be very vicious this summer and fall. So I think it's a good idea that he consider it, and that the Romney campaign takes a strong look at him.
All right, Dean.
Carol, see, you guys are looking at this politically. It's not. I'm from Jersey. Christie just wants out of New Jersey as often as possible. Believe me, I grew up there. Remember Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, Get Out While You're Young? It's a death trap. It's a suicide rap. He just wants out of New Jersey. And I agree with Goldie, though. He's not the right guy. The conservatives are lukewarm at best for Mitt Romney. Evangelicals, very lukewarm. Chris Christie's not the guy for Mitt Romney. I think Romney, I think Christie just wants out, wants to travel the country. He'll campaign for anyone. If there's a mayor race in New Mexico, call him. He'll be there.
New Jersey's a beautiful state. That's all I have to say. And
I'm
really
from Jersey.
is.
I could speak of it. I know, but we're mocked, and there's a reason why.
Whatever. Okay, question number 3, your buzzer beater, 20 seconds each. Look who's drooling over President Obama and is rabidly anti-Romney, the first dog, Bo. He's actually leading pet lovers for Obama. Is this yet another way to shame Romney over Seamus? Ron?
No, I think this is a great self-preservation move by Bo the first dog himself, because President Obama, as we now know, likes dogs in more ways than one. So putting him out there and putting him at the head of the pack is a really smart move. And we know Portuguese water dogs are pretty bright. However, putting him in the first place like that could come back to bite him in a big way.
Goldie.
Well, it was funny. But I'll say this, I'm a little bit over the dog eat dog, dog on top of roof kind of stuff. I like the levity that this brings to the race, but I really want to get back to the issues and let Bo and Seamus, go on to live happy and, well, one of them, healthy lives.
That's right, because Seamus is not with us any longer. He was an old dog. Dean?
Carol, don't mess with our dogs. Do what you want to cats. Wear them as hats, use them for skeet shooting targets, eat them, I don't care. But if dogs are man's best friend and a politician's worst nightmare, so do not mess with our dogs. I think it's a good move from President Obama. I think Ron's very funny about saying he's preserving his life that way. I think that's a very funny comment. So maybe that's part of it as well. But I think don't mess with the dogs.
Yeah, you should have stole that line, Dean. Goldie, Dean, Ron, thanks for playing today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, back to our breaking news out of Cleveland, Ohio. More now on the plot to blow up a bridge there.